Hey everyone, it's Freekong. Happy New Year. I know I took a week off there, trying to rest and recover for all the good it did. But anyway, we're nominally back now, with a little bit of PvP content. Apex Arena started up a couple weeks ago, and I thought I'd get Freekong in the mix just to try to secure some scrolls, some bronze tier scrolls. Mainly because qualifiers are low impact, so I thought I'd see what I could put together with my Freekong box. You can see the how the pick ban worked out for my first game here against ChunKuno. So we'll get started with the game itself. For the most part, I'm going to let these battles run, because the state of my throat is not going to be super conducive to live commentary. But you can see I got my classic Freekong team out here with Grenier as the tank faction buffer, Toma Hashiba, a classic long-range threat with Angelica faction buffing him, and Cherie is actually fully built SP Cherie, pretty dangerous threat for Freekong. So ChunKuno is going to come in and try to get a play off with Wataru here, but Grenier's not having any of that. Pretty competent tanking from Grenier. This gives me the opening Cherie needs. Even if she didn't secure that kill there, he would have been stunned and she still would have gotten her act again. So with her range, she's able to get behind enemy lines and take out this Shelfaniel as well. Now I also have my Cavalry Matthew set up with Shadow Raid and Goblins, so he can kind of do the same thing as a budget Cherie. He doesn't have the act again, obviously. But it's kind of another pseudo-assassin threat, since I don't have access to any other really good assassins. Cherie has done her job, so I'm happy to kind of hang her out to dry there. Alright, so Matthew assassinates Licorice, which leaves me facing off against just a solid tank and healer combo. My favorite voice acting in the game with Toma Hashiba's 3C skill. So even though ChunKuno is down to just a tank and a healer, with what I have left, it's not exactly going to be easy to bust this Hilda, so I pretty much just have to play the damage game and crowd around him, keep my team healthy, and just keep chipping away. Which is what Grenier is going to attempt to do here. He catches Wind Wall and Thorns there, unfortunately. But I do have a nice damage advantage already, so I'm not too worried about that. I also have a nice stranglehold on the center of the map here in case it comes to that. Oh, Hashiba actually puts up some huge damage there, taking Hilda's first life. So I can see we're getting close enough here. Shadow Raid not going to be quite enough to take that Liana through Shrine Maidens, but it's more damage pressure. Hilda still hanging in there until Hashiba puts the final nail in the coffin, and Liana suicides into Grenier. Alright, so we're back with Game 2, which is an interesting one because we're up against Byleth, who is a prominent, famous main quarter. So we're going to see how this game goes. They've got kind of an Empire core here with Bernhardt and Ulti. No healer, really. This is, I believe, the Mercenary SP Lana. I've got a pretty decent Empire core here with Sonya as my main DPS, Vargas tanking, and Lance as my faction buffer, Almeida as my healer. and then I got 5th pick Grenier just in case, since Scott was my only other option. And this is actually a pretty beefy Scott. I'll show him off in a later Freekong video, I think. But for now, let's just hop into this one and see what happens. So I'm opening up, trying to keep my distance because I'm worried about... Well, I'm worried about Bernhard eventually getting in here and sword dancing me. Also worried about Lana's teleport. Oh, I see an opportunity to make a play here. With Sonya's 3C. Managed to melt through that Bernhard and retreat back into Vargas's guard range. Vargas with that sneaky 3-range guard. But here we go. Byleth setting themselves up for this Lana teleport and then AoE follow-up. We've also got a very frightening Ultimuller coming up. So I wanted to get Grenier's guard up so that when Ultimuller does this big suck, everyone's guaranteed to be under guard from either Grenier or Vargas, except we were pulled just far enough away from Almeida. That was probably my mistake of moving Almeida so far back. But Ultimuller is able to get that first attack off and then free himself from my group to take out Almeida in the back lines here. So I have no access to healing anymore. Sonya also totally unable to deal with this Ultimuller. Just toast. Lance might have had more of a chance, but we are pretty worn down here at this point. So I really have no answer for the rest of this team at all. The only reason I'm kind of sticking in is because I want to see what my units can do against these real units. And because Vargas has so many revives. Like, if I was lucky, that Lana could have counter-killed herself there against Vargas. But there's no way Vargas is going to be able to deal with this Yusuke. And my revives are gone now because Vargas was the only character left. So, didn't even have that going for him. Excellent match, Byleth. Thank you for that one. Alright, I have one final game to show you from this session. This is versus Camus666. And I did manage to get Cherie out, with Grenier as the faction buff and tank, Almeida healing, of course, and I got my usual Hashiba and Angelica tandem at the end here. These are not scary characters, so I can usually get them if I want them. We're dealing with Hilda tanking. Actually, pretty much a full Empire team here with the exception of Rosalia, but she's scary in her own right. Some long-range threats. Normal Elwyn, that's interesting. Let's see how this goes. So I believe in this one I'm going to stay way back, because I want to give myself some space to be able to set up before I have to deal with the impending Ares and Rosalia rush. And I want to also be able to make it so that Elwyn can't get into me on the same turn as those other characters. Even though he's infantry, he does still have his SP skill. I do have an opening here just to take a little chip at Rosalia, and then run back. Unfortunately that didn't kill, that would have been really nice. But Camus has no healer, so any damage that I do is going to be beneficial. He's trying for the AoE kill here on my two kind of flimsy healer character, or not healer, holy characters. But of course, as a flyer, Hashiba's going to be able to easily take care of him on his turn. Now, let's see what's going on here with Rosalia. Grenier's still able to do some counter damage because her 3C gives you -1 range, but of course Grenier is a ranged unit. But I don't want to overextend to take her out, because it'll expose me. Well, she's being guarded by Hilda now anyway. So I'm just going to cluster up, make sure we're all buffed and healed up to deal with the next part of the onslaught, which looks like it's going to be Bernhardt with Sword Dance. Alright, Cherie's Act again is up again, so I'm able to take out that Rosie and then run back. Big damage with the 3C and the fixed after. So with no healer, things aren't looking great for Camus right now. I can kind of... Oh, I reconfigured... Was that Grenier? I reconfigured Grenier to be a horse. To hopefully survive against these infantry units. But it was dispelled there, but I did manage to counter-kill Bernhardt anyway. And that was all it took for Camus to concede this match. So thanks for that excellent battle, Camus. And that is the last match that I have from Freekong's Apex Arena Qualifiers. Yeah, I didn't want to end on a losing note there. My record ended up being 2-3, so I did win 2 matches in the Qualifiers, which was enough to seed Freekong into Bronze 2. So there's going to be a little bit of a bronze grind ahead of me, but I will probably stream some more Freekong matches, just because the comps I get are always so funny, so... You know, you never see Apex Arena battles with these characters. So that'll be some content to look forward to in the future. Anyway, I can already feel my throat falling out, and I'm gonna go get some more tea and drugs and sleep. So thank you for watching, everyone. Thanks for worrying about me over the holidays. I'm fine. It's just a little virus. Not the one you're thinking of, thankfully. But I'll catch y'all in the next one. Happy Langrissing, everyone.